seconds, I want to bring in now Ozden Zeynep Oktav, who is a professor in the Department of International Relations at Istanbul Medeniyet University. First off, Ozden, can I ask you, did you manage to listen in to that press conference?
Yes.
Great, okay. Well then, I'm interested in your take on it. The US says it will continue to fund the YPG with ammunition, but wants to create a joint working group, of which Manbij will be a central issue. What's your take on what's going on here? It appears the US is trying to cover both its bases.
Yeah. Manbij is the most sensitive issue in these talks between Tillerson and Mevlut Çavuşoğlu. Because United States doesn't want Turkey to proceed towards Manbij. And the latest developments also disturbed United States a lot as YPG militants started passing to Afrin to help the other militants available in Afrin. And this point, I mean, the present day, I mean, as far as I understand, is very sensitive with respect to understanding whether Turkey and United States will continue their strategic partnership or not, or whether United States will push Turkey into the arms of Russia. And with these talks, what I understood is that Turkey expecting United States to keep its promises. Not to transfer much more weapons to the region, not to cooperate with the terrorist organizations such as YPG and ISIS. But Tillerson gave some answers and positive attitude towards the sensitive demands of Ankara. And this visit, in my opinion, is a positive one in Turkish-US relations, but I'm not that much sure whether it will help or not.
Yeah, the two certainly shared the same rhetoric in terms of wanting to reiterate how important the relationship is, the Turkey-US relationship, this NATO alliance, these are NATO allies. You know, there was a lot of talk about that.
Yes.
I was interested, however, that Çavuşoğlu said some issues cannot be solved, therefore the two need to be outcome-orientated. Do the US and Turkey share the same goals for the future of Syria, do you think?
I'm not that much sure whether they share the same goals in the future of Syria, but I'm sure that Turkey wants stability and territorial integrity of Syria. But looking from a different angle, you automatically see that Russia and United States already shared the Syrian territories between themselves, and they just gave promise to each other not to interfere their respective territories. And even this shows us very openly that United States is not that much minding the territorial integrity of Syria, unfortunately. Let me state, or let me say my personal view. I'm expecting the United States to be a proper superpower as it was in the old days. We are very much, as Turkish public opinion, very much disappointed by United States acting not as a superpower, but as an outsider just seeking for less costly wars in the region. This is really very sad, in my opinion, because United States gives the impression that it is in a chaotic situation. In domestic politics and in Middle East, there is no coherence of the statements of the officials, US officials, and not acting as a proper, powerful superpower in the region.
I'm interested in your take on what appeared to be a bit of a dichotomy coming from Rex Tillerson from this press conference. He talked about the US wanting a whole and independent Syria that has its own borders and that manages itself, but at the same time made it quite clear that the US wants to be part of the talks about the future administration of Syria, particularly northern Syria. I mean, these two things don't really seem to go together.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, the United States, particularly in the northern Syria, as you mentioned, wants to have a saying on the administration of and wants the creation of a northern Syria. Even this is very sensitive issue in Turkey, because we don't want to see a northern Syria. We want to see a integrated Syria, not northern Syria. I mean, I know that the United States defense, I mean, favors the federation in Syria. Even federative type of administration means automatically disintegration of Syria, and this is to the detriment of Turkey. Turkey doesn't want disintegrated countries, neighboring countries adjacent to its border.
Thanks so much for that. Always good to talk to you, Ozden Zeynep Oktav, a professor in the Department of International Relations at Istanbul Medeniyet University. Thank you.